Hey guys, it's Scott with scottieb Cards, and in this video I want to go over the 10 most overrated baseball cards. You saw the thumbnail, you saw the 52 Mantle. That card is on this list, but before you get mad at me and type in the comments that I'm wrong, this list is based off of you, the viewers, my viewers, people who follow me on Instagram. I asked you what the most overrated baseball cards are, and then once I received those responses, I tallied them up. About 150 responses were given, I believe, maybe 130, and I saw which ones were the most overrated according to my audience, and there were the top 10. I took those top 10, and then I polled my larger audience and said, do you agree if these cards are overrated or underrated? So if the card is on this list, it's because it was mentioned the most, and then I had my audience vote on that card. So without further ado, let's talk about the most overrated baseball cards out there. At number 10 is Bowman Chrome autographs. Bowman Chrome autographs was mentioned quite a bit as most overrated, and the reason for that is because people prefer rookie cards, and Bowman Chrome autographs, some people are priced out of them, and some people think they're boring. Some people don't like that they're airbrushed uniforms and photoshopped. There's a lot of different reasons people might not like Bowman Chrome autographs, and I was pleasantly surprised because I like them that they actually received only 22% of people saying yes, that they were overrated. And I had about 800 to 850 different votes, so pretty good sample size, but only 177 or 22% said yes, Bowman Chrome autographs are overrated. Are they overrated? I mean, it's tough to say. I think the way the hobby is trending with rookie cards becoming more saturated, it's nice to have the Bowman Chrome autograph where it's just the Bowman Chrome autograph with the first designation. So I do like that. So for that reason, I would say no. To me, they are not overrated. But according to my audience, when they were actually submitting their nominations, it was considered overrated at the time. At number 9 is the 1989 Ken Griffey Jr. Upper Deck rookie card. The reason why I think this one could have been voted as overrated, why I received quite a few nominations for this card, was just because it goes for a lot and there's a lot of them made. But sometimes because it was made in the junk wax era and there might be like junk wax level quantity of them, some cards can transcend the print runs. And this is one of those cards where it has transcended the print run. And it's very important. You know, these aren't the most expensive cards in the world. If you look at the PSA 10, it's expensive, a couple grand, right? That's expensive. But once you look at the 9s and under, they're relatively affordable and they're priced appropriately. But the card itself, I would not say is overrated. They're a hard card to grade because it was on the corner of the sheet in the top left because it's the first card in the set. So when you cut the card, it was always off center. So it's a pretty low population on this for PSA 10s overall. So I don't think this card's overrated, but 32% of people said yes, this card is overrated, and that just comes from the pricing and the clout that the card gets for just being a base card. At number 8 is that 1952 Topps Mickey Mantle, and I did have the opportunity to talk to a few people who voted for this card, and a lot of them said that it's just because it's not the true rookie card for Mickey Mantle, and they're not that rare, is the reason why they said that. But there's no denying the importance of this card in baseball history, right? It's the 52 Mantle, it's very sought after, even though the 51 Bowman is the true rookie card. This card is still going to have a premium for it just because of what it represents for the hobby. And there is like a mystique around it where Topps actually dumped these into the San Francisco Bay. They got rid of the cards, and so it's actually more rare than other 52 base cards, but there still are quite a few graded. And on top of that, you can always at least find one. So for people, because of that, they think it's overrated. They think it's overpriced. Do I think that? No, I don't think that. I think it's like the Griffey where it's important enough where I do think that it should always have some level of value, high value, I should say. And hopefully I can own one someday, but not right now. At number 7, this one surprised me when I got a few votes for it, but this is 1998 Metal Universe PMGs. I think this comes from just not understanding it as a modern collector, because before I dove into the 90s a few years ago, I also felt these cards were overpriced. I wouldn't say overrated necessarily, I didn't really know. I think they look fantastic in hand. I think they're some of the best looking cards. These and the 24 carats and the Star Rubies are my personal top 3 when it comes to looks of 90s parallels for baseball cards. And 37% of people said that this card was overrated, which is getting higher. We're almost getting to the 50% mark, but still 497 people, 63% said no, this card is not overrated. It's not this card in particular, but the set as a whole. And the PMGs are very unique because there's no one of one from this set, and there's only 50 PMGs of each player, and they're gorgeous cards. The backgrounds are cool. The actual scope design they put on the card is cool. To me, not overrated at all in any way, shape, or form, personally. Maybe overrated in the sense that they're being worth more than like the Mirror Golds and the Red Crusades and stuff, so maybe some 90s collectors don't like that. But overall, I think this is an important card, and I don't see any issue with it personally. At number 6, we have the 2011 Topps Update Mike Trout. And this one, I get more. This is an ultra modern rookie card. There are actually not that many made. I've looked at the numbers, about 60 to 70,000 of these cards made in comparison to the Griffey. They are not that common. Crazily enough though, they have pretty similar PSA 10 pops, I believe, for pop reports, meaning they have about the same number of PSA 10s in circulation. And the reason for that is because grading an 89 card that had centering issues versus grading a 2011 card that is a white bordered card is not quite as hard to grade. For that purpose, they have similar population reports. This Trout card has dropped a lot. It was like in $2 to $4 grand, kind of the same price as the Griffey for a long time. And now it's in like $900. I think it's $900 now. Could this card be overrated? Potentially, but it's very significant for the best player of the 2010s. So I don't really consider it overrated myself, but I would not argue against someone necessarily who said they did think it was overrated. I've loved this card. I've always loved this card. I've had parallels of this card. It's a great card, but it's lost a lot of its mystique with Trout not really playing. He's playing great this year so far. Hopefully by the time this video comes out, he's still healthy. We'll see. At number 5, we have the Bowman Chrome non-autograph first cards. I get why this is overrated. We're at 41% now. A lot of people voted for this card, and I will actually have at the end of the video the total quantity per each card, how many people actually said that card when I asked them. And about 41% said this card is overrated. I don't know, maybe these cards are underrated. I don't know how to really value Bowman Chrome first, because obviously we care about the autograph so much, and these cards match the imagery. So why are they not worth more? It's just because they're not rookie cards and they are airbrush uniforms. Sometimes they change teams before they debut because they get traded as prospects. But either way, 41% of people did not like these. That's actually almost double where the Bowman Chrome autograph was in general. At number 4, we have Topps Flagship Base PSA 10s. And as you can see, I made sure to mention you're voting on the set, not on the individual card, because people may have voted Billy Butler PSA 10 flagship cards as overrated. But either way, 43% said yes, they're overrated. But I mean, no one's overrating them. Like, we all understand the idea of a flagship base being like their base rookie card in a high grade. Like, I don't think anyone's saying these are like the king of cards or anything. So I think if they were selling for more value, maybe if it was a few years ago, we would have had a higher vote yes or overrated. But I think right now they're properly rated and valued. At number 3, we're getting closer to that 50% mark. I was actually surprised there weren't more over 50%, but I still think that if you're above 35%, that's a good chunk of the hobby believes a card is overrated. So it's nice to just have the discussion on these cards. But that's Topps Chrome Sapphire. So Topps Chrome Sapphire was introduced in 2016 as a complete set. 2017 it was also a complete set. And then they had it in 2018 as like you got like a fifth of the set. And then in 2019 it became kind of what it is now with Topps Chrome Sapphire. But right now you can see 43% of people said yes, it's overrated. 57% said no, it's not overrated. I don't love what's gone on with Topps Chrome in general lately, with having Topps Chrome Sapphire, Topps Cosmic Chrome, Topps Chrome Black, then they have Topps Update, then they have Topps Chrome Update, then they have Topps Update Chrome Sapphire. It's getting confusing. So I don't know if it's overrated. Maybe it's fatigue is more of the right word. But either way, I love Topps Chrome Sapphire. I think as an individual set, if we had just Topps Chrome and Topps Chrome Sapphire, I would be a fan of it, but we're kind of diluting it by doing all sorts of other stuff in different products. At number 2, we have a specific card. It's the 2024 Paul Skenes Rookie Debut Patch Autograph. I think we've had this autograph and this card shoved down our throat by Topps and every single content creator, including myself. We talk about this card, you know, how it's becoming the new card to go after. And I totally believe this is probably passing Superfractor, Bowman Chrome autograph firsts. But we've had it shoved down our throat so much, and it's one of those things where it's so rare and niche, and a corporation bought it, and it went for 10 times more than the Bowman Chrome Superfractor. This went for $1 million. His Bowman Chrome Superfractor went for like 100,000. So it's like, yes, we all know it's overrated. We all know it's overpriced. And I don't think there's anybody here who's really going to argue that. 71% of people said, yes, this card is overrated. And at number 1, we have a combination of Topps Gilded, Topps Chrome Black, and other Topps Chrome variations. A whopping 75% of people said, yes, we think these cards suck. Topps Chrome Cosmic was actually the one that I received the most negativity about when I was polling people, or when they were actually submitting what cards they were nominating, what cards or sets they thought were overrated. Topps Chrome Gilded got 1. I don't think Topps Chrome Black really received a vote from anybody, but I wanted to make sure I included it as I bundled those all into one package. And overall, Topps Chrome variations are becoming less and less desired and more of just a gimmicky set to a lot of collectors. So here's a list of every single card and set that received a vote. You can see Paul Skenes Rookie Debut Patch is number 1. Mickey Mantle 52 is actually number 2. A lot of vintage collectors were the ones who voted that as overrated. Trout Update, non-Bowman Chrome first, autograph autographs, non-autographs. Topps Chrome variations, that's like the Cosmic Chrome, the Gilded, Precious Metal Gems, Bowman Chrome First, PSA 10 rookie cards, MLB debut patch, Ken Griffey Jr. 1989, Topps Chrome Sapphire, and so forth. Some of these cards just caught strays, like blue refractors out of 150. What did those do to deserve to get voted on? Same with Allen and Ginter as a set. I'm sorry, Allen and Ginter. The person who submitted this actually put the throw up emoji as they were nominating it. So those were the nominations from my audience as the most overrated cards of all time, and then how my audience voted on those cards. Let me know in the comments down below if you agree or disagree with what cards were here and how you feel about them, if you're very passionate that one card is or is not overrated, and I'll see you in the next video.